When I was a fresher and I used to give interviews, there were so many confusions in my mind. What should I wear? What should I not wear? What should I speak? What should I not speak? What if I don't know any answer? What exactly the interviewer are looking for? You know, I was so confused that I kept on repeating. I kept on repeating my mistakes. I asked my teachers, Sir, am I going wrong? I asked my senior, Sir, am I going wrong? I read books. I Googled it. I researched in all possible ways. But I was left confused. I was left helpless. And you know what? From where did I learn it? I learned it from my own mistakes. Yes, I learned it from my own mistakes. In this video, I'm going to share my mistakes which I did, which you guys should not repeat if you want to increase your chances to get hired in that company. In this video, I'm going to talk about 10 golden rules which everybody should follow in an interview if you want to get hired in the company. Hello guys, my name is Anand and welcome to my channel. So we will start with rule number one is company research. Whichever company you are going for an interview, always try to do a little bit of research about that company. For example, if I am going for an interview of Taj, then I will always do a little bit research about Taj. For example, when was the first Taj hotel built? Was there any history behind the evolution of Taj hotels? Or who is the founder of Taj? Who is the owner of Taj? XYZ. This little bit of idea we should have in our mind just so that we cannot sit blank in the interview if we are being asked about the company. Number two is getting inside the interview room. See, there can be two cases. Number one, the door can be closed. Number two, the door can be open. If the door is closed, then knock the door very gently and ask a permission to get inside. For example, may I come in? And now wait for the response from inside. If they call you, get inside. If they do not call you, then wait at least for 5 minutes and then knock back. Because the interviewers are very, very smart people. They will try to, they might even be trying to, about your patience. That are you an impatient guy? Are you not an impatient guy? So they might look that whether you're going to knock back or not. They play psychologically. Believe me this. Second is, if the door is open, even if the door is open, do not straight away get inside the room. Always take permission again. Sir, may I come in? Or may I come in, ma'am? Whichever. And once you get inside the room, do not grab your seat. Do not sit unless and until you have been asked to take your seat. Number three, whether it's summer, whether it's winter, whether it's monsoon, whether it's raining, whether it's hot, whether it's humid, whichever climate the thing is, you have to have a suit or a blazer with you. Believe me, I have seen people coming just in trousers and shirts giving an interview. This gives a very bad impact on the mind of the interviewer. And there are second category of fools which I see. They wear trouser, they wear shirt, and they wear a tie. Where is your blazer, boss? You have to understand that you have to wear a blazer in all the season. That increases your confidence because if you see people not groomed properly and you have come in a nice suit, it will give you a confidence that I am the most well dressed guy in this group. So my chances of selections are more. Number four, handshake. Believe me, this was the biggest confusion when I used to give interviews. And when I had these problems in my mind, handshake. Do not handshake with the interviewer unless and until they are shaking hands with you. If they are shaking hands, it's perfectly okay. Give a firm handshake. But you do not initiate to shake hands with the interviewer. This is a big, big no. Number five is a very simple thing, but it has to be understand. Your shoes and your socks. See, you need not to have an Oxford shoes always. We are always told in the hotel management college that you have to wear an Oxford shoes only. You have to wear it's nothing like that. You can wear any shoes, preferably black in color and preferably with laces. It can be any formal shoes. I'm talking about formal shoes. And your socks plays a very important role because when you sit, sometimes your socks are visible. Do not wear any light colored socks, for example, pink, green, yellow, white, red. No. Always try to wear dark colored socks and preferably black colored socks. Do not take any risk. Just straight away wear a black colored sock. Believe me, I was rejected in an interview when I was wearing a white socks. Just for that reason, I was rejected in that interview. So that was also a learning from that interview. Number six, Then comes the next point, which is the point number six. That sometimes you're being asked a certain question which you don't know, and then we try to act smart. Then we try to say wrong answers. Okay, tell me when was the first hotel? Okay, tell me first when was the first hotel of Taj built? And you don't know, right? And then you are in a state of smartness that okay, yeah, the Taj hotel was built in 1970, it was built in 1920, and you don't know the answer. If you don't know any answer, just straight away tell that interview, sir, I'm so sorry, sir, I'm so sorry, ma'am, I'm not aware about this answer. At least the interview will think that you are an honest guy, and that's what they exactly look for. Number 8 in the list is do not try to use fancy words in the interview. See, I've seen people who try to act smart and use fancy words. For example, I say, my name is Anand and I belong to Delhi. I will say like this, my name is Anand and I belong to Delhi. Sometimes some people say, my name is Anand and I hail from Delhi. I will say that, okay, this thing is absolutely necessary. And there are some smart people who will say, I think this work is absolutely indispensable. Do not try to use flowery and, very heavy words in front of the interviewer, because the interviewer will think two ways. Number one, either you are a fool and you have just memorized some words and you are trying to act smart, or number two, you are a smart guy, and you have a great sense of vocabulary. In both the cases, the interviewer will also try to use fancy words just to test your skills. And if you're not able to understand the words which interviewer is asking for, then you're straight away gone in that interview. So do not try to use flowery and fancy words. Try to use as simple word as you can. Number 9, this is the killer thing which I'm going to talk about, the eye contact. Whenever you are speaking to the interview, whether you know the answer, whether you don't know the answer, always look eye to eye in eye with the interviewer, because that is a sign you're confident. If I'll say, okay, tell me 10 different kinds of red wine which you know, I'll say 10 kind of wine is. Then I'm looking the interview. It shows that I'm an inconfident guy, and nobody wants to hire an inconfident guy. Always look eye to eye, whether you know the answer, whether you don't know the answer. And if there are multiple people in the interview, try to look at everybody. Yes, I think this thing has to be done in this way. You're looking around and you are completely giving an eye contact. This is a great killing skills, and you have to have an eye contact with the interviewer. Number 10, which is again the most important, the farewell of the interview. Once you are done with the interview, always try to thank the interviewing team. The interview is going to ask you, okay, do you have any questions for us? This is a very good question. Again, tell that interviewer, sir, I don't know whether I'll be selected or not for this interview, but it was a great experience and a great learning which I am taking away with me from this interview. And it was a pleasure meeting with all of you. And I hope working in this company and giving my best to the company. Thank you for calling me for this interview, and have a lovely day or have a great day. So these were the 10 golden rules which I said. Nothing technical about these things. These are the day-to-day things which most of us are confused. I was confused when I was in your time. So try to follow these rules, and believe me, if you have got a good technical skills, you know the technical answers, and you are following these things, then your chances of getting hired is to this level. So by this we'll end the video. If you have liked the video, please share my content. Please subscribe to my channel. I will always try to post these kind of informative videos about interviews, hospitality, and trending topics. Thank you guys, and take care.